I'm hearing that you have a belief that people who are poor are entitled to being disrespected.
Yes, I do have that belief. I do.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, it is inherently disrespectful, that belief, but it comes from having experienced it.
So then what we have to do is look at your judgment of poor people.
Ooh, yeah, I think it's probably confused.
Yeah, so tell me, what do you think about poor people and tell the truth?
Oh God, my judgment of poor people is that I don't know what my judgment of poor people is. Well, I'm the underdog. Like, I just don't go above this certain level. And like, I don't belong with people who are not poor, and I don't have the same wit. I don't have the same opportunities. I'm not worthy of the same things. I shouldn't be enjoying my life, like just going out and like leisurely having a nice meal, which I do now from time to time because I just want to. But yeah, like I'm not supposed to go just like have nice brunches. I'm disgusting, apparently. It's a lot of self-hate that comes through that. And yeah.
Well, it's interesting because it's a lot of self-hate, but it's all based around money, right? So you have this really very warped relationship, and it's okay because I had it too, by the way. So I'm not judging you. We're just got
Oh, I know. I feel
yeah,
safe.
yeah, good. We're just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a warped perception around money, and
Yeah.
and the people who have money are special and people who don't have money are not special.
That's exactly right. And it's like, oh wait, I'm just not spiritual enough, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not like. There's a million and one excuses.
Okay, good. Great job. So let me ask you this. Why do you think some people have money and some people don't?
Well, what I was taught is that it's just because the world isn't fair. The world is not just.
So assuming life is not fair, why do you feel that there are some people that become rich and some people don't? Like, so it's not fair, but still, why is it? Why does that happen?
I mean, something that these people are doing to get there.
Very good. Exactly.
Yes, because I've seen friends go from the bottom up top, and I've also watched my mom's generation have, in the punk scene, very poor friends that are huge superstars now.
Right.
So I know the possibility of it.
So it is possible for poor people to become rich.
Yes.
So then what does that say about your theory that life is unfair?
It's bullshit.
Right.
It's complete bullshit.
Okay, good. I wanted you to see that, because here's the thing. In my opinion, the people that are extremely wealthy are people that pursue their passion relentlessly. You understand?
Yeah.
Relentlessly. And their passion was consistent with their purpose here on the planet. So when you get that kind of congruency, where you have the pursuit and the passion connected with the purpose, then you have profit.
Can you say the last part again? The connected.
So the pursuit, you have the purpose, you have the passion, then you have the profit.
Got it.
Okay? And that's the only thing that separates rich people from poor people. I'm very, very clear about that.
So the pursuit, the passion, and the process?
Purpose, right? So first you have to find out what your purpose is, and you have to pursue it with passion. And then it leads to your profit.
Got it. You can see how my mind's pulling a number. It's like, wait, what? Huh? What?
Yeah, that's okay, because your mind doesn't want you to get this, because when you get this, you're going to be free. And our mind likes to keep us imprisoned and enslaved.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to rise above that. And we thank our mind for all of the constraints and restrictions, but now we're getting ready to break free.
So can my purpose just simply be to disprove The theory that I'm not worthy of being rich?
No, that's not, because what does that serve the world? You want to make sure that your purpose serves the world. That serves your ego.
Oh, got it. That's why I'm not getting anywhere.
Right, and that's why you look. See, I think that there's something in the background that we humans experience when we see poor people, like, oh, like on a spiritual level, we know that they're not pursuing their purpose, right, spiritually. And we want to deflect. We don't want to look at them because that's really us if we're not pursuing our purpose.
Like the plague. But then it's like you're running from something that is in you, and
exactly.
But not everybody is pursued their happiness. Some people were born into money.
Well, listen, I don't mistake pursuing your purpose and your passion with happiness. Right? Because that's to lead to your profit, and money's not going to always bring you happiness. I mean, some people come into this planet, and I hate to say, but their purpose is to get killed.
It's true.
You know? Their purpose is that they're going to sacrifice their life, and as a result of their death, it's going to elevate the consciousness on some sort of cause that needs social recognition and some political power around. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So don't collapse that. That's dangerous. I see kids that are in wheelchairs and they're paraplegics, you know, they can't do anything. Their purpose and their passion and their profit was to be a teacher for whoever their caregiver is, you see? Mm-hmm. And so their profit is in their caregiver's growth and development. We all have a purpose. So I think what happens is that we look down on poor people because we're like, yeah, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Look at them, they're losers, right? They don't deserve respect. But that's truly a big reflective mirror for us.
Yeah.
So we don't respect them, but truly that means we're not respecting ourselves because they're a reflection of who we are.
I was told multiple times that money is chasing me, but that I'm running from it. And that I need to make peace with how I'm seen in the world, because it's not what my higher consciousness is comfortable with or what I'm supposed to be being seen as. So money being this faraway thing that's actually trying to catch up with anybody who's poor. You just have to sit and like focus enough to do it.
Right, of course. So I think it's interesting because when you say money is chasing you, I think more than anything, it's your purpose is chasing you. Your purpose. Like, we are here for a reason. We know before we come to the planet, we have to choose that we want to come, and then we have to be chosen.
Right.
Okay, and then that's when we create our council, our spirit guides, and all the entities and energies that are going to support us on our journey. And I think they are chasing us, and they're like, hey, wake up, wake up. I mean, because, you know, I've had so many opportunities to be extremely wealthy in my life, and, you know, I've waxed and waned around all of that, and it wasn't until I really found my purpose as, you know, a mycologist that really I got like, okay, I'm on my purpose because my profit is present, you know?
Yep, totally.
So I think going back to this disrespect and all of this, I think it's really your purpose is your purpose on this planet is trying to wake you up, and it's saying, you know, you're not going to get the respect that you deserve until you are on your purpose. And your profit doesn't have to come in the form of money. Your profit can come in different forms. Look at Mother Teresa, you know? Her profit came in the form of healing.
That's true.
Right? So it's whatever your profit shows up as, it's just a confirmation that you're passionately pursuing your purpose. And it's going to be
built by it, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it'll be consistent with what you're here to do, and you'll feel wealthy as a result of it. You know, I think Mother Teresa felt extremely wealthy. So did Gandhi. You know?
Right.
So I think that's where your disrespect is coming from. So your perception of poor people is that they're not on purpose, but it's really a reflection of you.
So how do I create a context while I'm unfolding my purpose and am now becoming into alignment with it, but I can't necessarily say, oh, this is my exact purpose and here I am, so respect me. Like, how do I still maintain an aura or a come from of respect or reflect respect so that I can receive that without necessarily being able to sit and, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I hear it exactly. It's like, how do you get your experience in the world to be respectful?
Yeah, even if I'm not fully involved or arrived at every sense of my, Yeah,
well, it starts within yourself. So you've got to respect yourself, because then when you're vibrating at that frequency, what will show up is a match for who you are.
So how do I create a context with myself that is respectful no matter what's going on, job-wise or any of that?
You have to pursue your passion. You have to get clear on what your purpose is and pursue your passion. And the more you do that, the more you'll start generating your self-respect. Because if you're waking up every day and you're eating a pint of Haagen-Dazs and smoking weed, no, I'm not saying you, just in general, right? Like if that's
Sounds
your life,
fun.
right? Let's on a Friday night, why not, right? But if that's how you're rolling through life, that's not going to be respectful. So you have no respect for yourself, and so that's what's going to show up in your world. But if you know that you're getting up every day and you're moving towards what your heart is pulling for, you're moving towards that passion, and the more you move towards that passion, your purpose is growing clearer and clearer, then that respect is going to grow like a weed.
Yeah.
It's like me. First I was an actress, and then I was a writer, and then I was a director, and all of that was like fulfilling a little bit, and so I had a little bit of respect for myself. Like, yeah, I'm kind of doing it, but really it wasn't until I started doing my oncology that I just became like I couldn't mess with myself.
Right. Which is literally the real thing.
It's the real deal.
Longer mess with yourself.
I can't mess with me, so you are definitely not stepping up to this.
Right.
Incorrectly.
Right.
Because I already took care of that. That's all handled.
Right.
And so that's the key. And then I think that will shift your perception of poor people. And so instead of looking at them as something that's a reflection of you that you don't want to look at, you can actually look at them and you can have compassion. And you can even have empathy, right?
Or create something that can actually teach or reach out and extend to help. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And that's what your purpose will be anyway. It'll be for the planet.
So then I'm imagining that, because right now it's like, yes, I understand my purpose, but at the same time, I know it's going to take some time for me to get where I need to be.
But it doesn't have to. Why are you saying that? Why are you putting constraints on your experience of feeling fulfilled? Like, what is that about? Where did that just come from?
I think that there's a confusion for me. Like, I know that it's always been like being a big sister type vibe, being somebody that can talk to basically all the mixed girls who are confused about their identity, who's kind of come from moms that were just not really that nurturing or understanding, and teaching these girls to not feel like they are less than a human, or like they can't be great mothers or be responsible in the work field. Like, don't think that automatically we're just like sexual objects that are not
yeah, but where does that come from with you delaying the fulfillment of your purpose? What you just said. Like, I don't get.
It comes from the education thing being overwhelming, like going, oh yeah, well great, 10 more years till I get a PhD, but like, what if I want to live that now? Okay,
great. So you live it now by being in pursuit now.
Yeah.
Right? And taking really definite steps in that direction. Everything's a stepping stone. You're not going to get to the mountain in one jump.
That's true.
Right?
And there's things that I can do now, like I talked about doing a YouTube series on or whatever, like whatever the case may be.
Right, because check it out. You're not going to make it to the top of the mountain in one leap, but if you know that you're on the right mountain, every step is going to be inspiring.
Right.
Every step is going to be empowering. So it's going to be the process, right?
Right. Because I'll be checking myself at every moment going, is this in alignment with that value system you...
Well, it's good to check in, but hopefully you're not going to be doing that too much. Hopefully you really anchor in and go, this is it, and then you're like a bat out of hell up that hill. You know, at some point you just got to trust your gut, like, yeah, this is it. This is it. And then you become laser beam focused, like a horse out of a gate, starting gate. You just go. You see that finish line and you just know you are on the right track, period. And then the self-respect is inherent because you know now. You know who you are. You know what you're up to. You know what your gift is on this planet. And that's that mentality that you talk about that your parents had and my parents had is because they didn't know that. They didn't have that information. And God says, my people suffer because of lack of knowledge. And you can have as far as you can see. So we have to be knowledgeable, and then we have to have a vision, and then we have to just go.
Got it. So now I have the knowledge. You know, I know that I'm capable, and that it's about pursuit. It's about just going for it and just believing that I'm capable.
Yeah, and you saw the finish line. I mean, we saw that the other night together.
Yeah, that's true. We did see that.
Right. That was a great session. I was so empowered when I hung up. I was like, whoa.
It's true. Me too. I was like, I didn't even know I had that in me.
Huh. Yeah. You pulled out that cape, girl, and put an S on your chest. I was like, there she goes.
Yeah.
But you see, you lost it because you didn't take steps that were consistent with what was created in that conversation. And conversations disappear unless they're attached to an object.
Well, no, you know what happened? That and in addition to that, because I had that huge, we talked about this, I had that huge moment, and then it's like all this other shit started crumbling. And so I've been feeling pulled by that, and now I'm trying to like recontextualize everything so that I can actually have the room space to go. You know, it's like my relationship like crumbled. Right. So and then like everything's just like, so I'm having to straighten.
But that was good, I told you. And you're straightening out. But here's the thing: whenever we get really clear on a vision and a path, everything that's not that's in our path has to fall away. Mm-hmm. So that's all that was happening. When you set your eye on a vision and a goal and stuff starts falling apart, let it. Because that just means that stuff is not consistent with the track that you're on, and it's the universe clearing your way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I think it's really cool when we can start looking at things as information, not making it bad, right, or wrong, just information as part of your process. So, okay, whatever fell apart between now and the time that we had that conversation, then we know that's not part of your process.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, totally. The universe will take out whatever it needs to and put things in and clear things up. And
maybe that's all part of that scrubbing that you were doing before we found out what your purpose was. Remember you had the dream of you scrubbing the floor?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder, huh?
Yeah. And then we had the conversation around school and psychology.
Now that I think about the dream and you were cleaning up right in front of a stage, what if the stage was actually your platform and you were just clearing the path to the stage for yourself?
Oh, wow. That's so big. Because I was just thinking like doing a TED Talk or like really
Wow.
The biggest thing, Troy, is my throat chakra over the last year has been just on shutdown. So it's just been trembling and like there's all this work that's happening. And I think it's about feeling like I'm worthy of speaking. I'm worthy of sharing my experience. And from there, sharing you said, for whom do you bloom? Like, well, I know exactly who I bloom for, and I know that they're listening, and I know they want to be listening, and
Nice.
I know that they're probably shutting their voices down too. So I want to speak for us.
Right. That's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And knowing that that's something that is, because of the way that I grew up, that's always going to be something that I keep as a reference and as a tool to go, wow, I used to really think of myself in this low space, and I'm always going to be make sure that that's not what I'm actively experiencing. Like, make sure to recreate something else that that's worthy.
Right. And also, let's look at what are you taking away from this conversation regarding poor people and disrespect?
That is not okay, number one. Nobody deserves to be disrespected. It's all a reflection of self. And number two, that there's a glass ceiling that needs to be broken through for anybody who's come from some level of poverty. And it's all intertwined and connected to your purpose. And all I can think is that I just pray that for anybody, that anybody just finds that purpose in themselves, and that I continue to strengthen that in myself, because I'm just gonna say it is not an easy road to grow up feeling less than those around you. But when you realize that that's not truth, like you said, you're unfuckable.
Yeah.
That's, I think, I hope that that's making sense. I would say that's a huge takeaway.
That's great. And another thing I want to just leave you with is, whenever I see a poor person on the side of the road or anywhere, you can just, I used to have sympathy, and then I had empathy, and now I just pray powerfully. I just pray, and I see them in their power, and I pray that they find their purpose.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. I just hold them in a space of power, and I say, thank you, universe, for making them clear on their purpose.
Yes.
Because once you find your purpose, you'll find your passion. And when you find your passion, you'll be in pursuit. And when you're in pursuit, profit follows.